Go. Lovely.
Hello.
Hello. Mum, and lovely backlighting. Next time, let's make it a little brighter so that we can.
I thought that was okay tonight.
It's okay. You know, next time I'd say let's go darker. Hello, Uncle Nigel. How are you? Don't worry about it.
I move.
Yeah, I'm okay. I had my Reiki today. That set me up. I feel you $1,000,000.
You have Reiki done?
Well, Fiona forced Hillary and I to go today. She had it first and I had it second.
If there is one person that I cannot picture enjoying Reiki, it's you.
Relaxation. No, darling.
No, but Reiki's non-contact?
Oh, no, there's a wee bit of contact.
A wee bit. Oh, just at the end. I know what you mean.
No, a wee bit. I just know the head hold and the arms and stuff like that. Yeah.
And you feel better after it? You feel like
to tell the truth, I had a wonderful conversation after it finished with the lady. She's known Fiona for 20 years, and Fiona, I think there's a bit of a trade-off there because Fiona does her hair, and then that's supposed to pay for Fiona, for Hillary and me to have these Reiki sessions or something.
Okay, so it's hair for Reiki.
Exactly, but we're not happy with that. If we go again, which we might do, we'll pay for our own, I think.
Well, that's what I've always found when I've had Reiki. At the end, I do feel lighter. About $80 lighter. Hey! All right, everybody. And we're back. Well, thank you both for joining me. Mother, have you got any updates? Have you had any sort of new worldly procedures done upon you?
No, I did go to an osteopath this morning, and I did, which was very good. Yes.
Okay, great. Yes. So everybody's getting body work done. That's nice.
Have you had body work?
I work on my own body and daily. So don't you worry about it. What have you got? You've got a little shawl. Is that what it is?
Yes.
You've got a sleeveless shawl look.
Yes, I got the shawl. The shawl came from Fiona's shop. She gave Hillary and I one, and I didn't want to put anything over this blouse because it was new and it was very cheap, and I just thought, I'll just wear the little free shawl with it. So my whole outfit probably cost me about £7.
That's for you. That's what we call pricey. So did you guys get a pen and paper each?
Yes.
Okay, I've got a pen here and a paper. Yes, I've got some.
Okay, great. So I thought what we could do is I thought we could take a little quiz, a little family quiz. And I thought you guys could write down your answers, and then at the end we'll sort of circle back and we'll go through them, and we could talk throughout. This is not you're on the clock, no looking and cheating off of each other. You may cheat off of each other. You're in separate locations, going to make it very hard to cheat off of each other. If you find it, if Nigel's picked up some telepathy from Reiki today or something like that, I encourage you to use it at your disposal. But here we go. Okay, so are you guys ready are you ready for the family quiz? This is not This is not going to be like I've done an ancestry or some sort of DNA thing. This is just some family memories, okay?
Okay.
This game caused more arguments around the holidays than any other game.
Do we write it down?
Write it down. Okay, but feel free to talk in between. There's a lot of dead air, I'm realizing now.
Okay,
how do you guys feel? Do you feel confident there?
Yes, okay. I do.
Well, yeah, confident. I can remember the game. I just can't remember its name.
Okay, great. We'll take it. What did Grandpa Jeff have stuck on his head?
Oh,
very good. Very good. When was the last time either of you took a test or a quiz? It's probably been a while.
Ages. Probably Nigel used to do pub quizzes, didn't you, Nigel? When we could go into
that was a few years ago, didn't we? Yeah. We stopped going to because we always fell down on the music. We could deal with every other round, but the music, no.
Well, but also with phones, I feel like pub quizzes and stuff people cheat a lot more now. They cheat. You couldn't cheat back in the day. You couldn't cheat, or you'd have to bring a book or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it?
I wouldn't know how to cheat even with a phone.
You, of all people, would not have any clue how.
It would take me hours to get.
It's better. It would be better for you to not try to cheat. That's where your focus would be.
Yeah.
The item that I had thrown at me after Nigel said he didn't like it. Hint: it was a Christmas gift.
Right. Yes. Very good.
Okay. This next question. The song we'd sing when someone would go to bed. The song we'd sing when someone would go to bed. Mother having a breakthrough. Nigel, again, confident, writing constantly.
No.
Really?
Pam,
I put beside the question song because I don't know what the hell the song was.
Okay, well, then you're peeling the curtain back.
We might have to sing it, Nigel.
Yes, I think that is actually going to be how I will want the answer. Now, if you'll remember, when I was 15, I had my ear pierced. Now, eventually, I got it pierced at Mary Hill, the mall. But before the professional piercing, Nigel's son Ross pierced it with a stud. Now, the question is, what was the numbing agent? What did Ross use to numb my ear before the piercing?
Oh, yeah.
Gosh, this is a this will be a free for all.
That's what I want. That's good.
Yeah, this is going to be funny.
Bloody hell. This actor portrayed William Wallace. We'd always watch this around the holidays. And bonus question, which relative thought his accent was quote unquote crap?
That question number 6. That's it.
Oh gosh, who played William Wallace?
Well, I know
it was a Christmas staple.
Oh, well, I'm going to put somebody down, but I think it's wrong.
Okay, that's what the smart move is, to put something down, I'd say. So that's
yes.
Where would Russ and I go? Again, Nigel's son and I, when we used to be mischievous. Where would we go to misbehave? And I'll give you a hint. It's also a bit of a cut through. So it's like a secretive route that cuts through your area, but it was also a Russ and I would be mischievous.
Okay.
Nigel, very confident. Very confident.
I'm not confident about this one.
Really? That one I feel like you would know, Mum.
Well, I might have it right because you've given me some good clues.
Okay. Here we go. These one-meated sandwiches were a breakfast staple. And then you'll get a bonus point for the most common condiment. So it's a one-meated sandwich. It's basically a meat sandwich. What's the meat? And bonus points, what's the condiment that would go on these sandwiches most often?
Okay.
Something that I always found Americans couldn't get over was this black currant. Oh, sorry, Nigel, are you still going? I don't mean to.
Yes, okay, no, I'm fine.
This black currant drink would take a shot of syrup and the rest was tap water. This black currant drink would take a shot of syrup and the rest was tap water. It would be kept, it would be kept in its own bottle. And it was a drink that you could have many of when you'd added tap water to your glass. Who drove Nigel's car for less than 1 block, hit a curb, and got a flat tire? Who drove Uncle Nigel's car for 1 block, hit a curb, got a flat tire? Okay. Yep. Good. Feeling good. Okay. This fun crisp is also a ring. This fun crisp staple of Nigel's household was also a ring.
Okay.
And then this is going to be a tough one. It took place at Mary Hill, but what was the first brand of cigarettes Pam caught me with? I was caught at Mary Hill with a brand of cigarettes in my pocket. I blamed it on my friend Richard. What was the brand of cigarette?
Gosh.
And that was your final question. Now,
oh, good.
How do we feel? Are there any questions we need repeated?
No, I'm
You feel good, Pam. Confident.
but I don't feel good.
In your blouse and shawl ensemble, you're feeling confident.
I'm feeling confident. I'll just pull that up to
Pull
give
it
me
up.
extra.
That's right. Warm it up.
Yeah.
That's what
Okay.
they do to. That's what they do to athletes when they come to the sidelines. They put a blanket or a jacket over them. That's what you've done. Nigel,
Yeah, but I'm not
still going
athletic.
back through his. You're very athletic, Pam. What are you talking about? You walk 40 miles a day. You could charge the city with your walk power if we put you on a treadmill.
Yeah.
Nigel, how you doing?
No, yeah, I'm okay. There are things that I know, but I can't remember. I can't remember the names of them.
That'll be fun. Okay, so let's go through them now. So this game caused more arguments around the holidays than any other game. Who's confident? Who knows? Nigel?
Well, the one that occurred to me was Trivial Pursuit.
Mother?
That's the same, Trivial Pursuit.
The correct answer was Trivial Pursuit.
Well done, Nigel.
Yes. Do you remember how many arguments we would have over Trivial Pursuit?
Well, I think Angie was the main protagonist.
And you, and you,
No.
and you.
No. I was always right. She was wrong.
Well, there we go. That's the attitude that got us in those Yuletime arguments.
One of you storm out, wouldn't you? It was usually Angie that stormed out.
Angie stormed out.
Normally she would leave.
I never stormed out. Angie stormed out.
Nigel storms in. Nigel storms in. He sits tight and he lets the storm roll over him. He just holds on for dear life. Nigel in a tornado, he'd be the one who'd put you in the underground area and shut the doors and be like, hold on for your bloody life. And you'd be like, well, how is he going to survive? Okay, next question. What did Grandpa Jeff, Pam's father, have stuck on his head? Now, we've referenced this on a Pamdemics before. Feels like you're both very confident. Mother?
Rattle.
A rattle. And Nigel?
Well, I said it was one of those plungers.
Oh,
you put it down the toilet and he put it on his head.
No, the correct answer was a rattle. It was the suction that made it like a plunger, but it was a rattle that he had stuck on his head. So
that's wrong. Okay.
So that's two, Pam.
A rattle.
A rattle. Right, Mummy? Put a baby rattle on his head.
You should, because I remember a huge bruise he was there when he took it off.
Yeah, when he did.
Got it off.
It left a plunger-sized mark. Yeah, go ahead, Mum.
And he was, Auntie Marge had sent it from Canada, and he was so angry. And this thing, just with all the bead baubles on it, moved as he got angry. Don't laugh at me, and it was rattling.
It's like watching a furious unicorn and its horn.
I have a feeling I didn't see that directly. I think I heard about it.
I didn't see it directly either.
You weren't then in the family then, Nigel, so you're excused.
Oh yeah.
No. Well, I just thought it was one of the plunger things. I knew it was stuck on his head.
Well, you were close. You were close. It was both suction devices, but he actually had a rattle. And it very much felt like a plunger, I'm sure. Now, the item that I gave Nigel for Christmas that he said he didn't like and threw back at me. Nigel, since this one involves you, why don't we get your answer?
No, it occurs to me it was a slipper.
Mother, what did you say?
Yeah, slippers. A pair of slippers.
Slippers is the correct answer. I bought Nigel a pair of slippers. He opened it. He said, I don't like bloody slippers. And he threw them at me and I was about 11.
Yeah, and he threw them across the room. Yes. And nobody would speak to him after that.
Yeah. Now that was the Trivial Pursuit storm he couldn't avoid.
Yeah.
Nigel, do you stand by that? Do you stand by?
Oh, well, as I say, I don't actually wear slippers, but what they've put on me now is these little things like moccasins.
But let's say you were to revisit this moment. Would you maybe go, oh, thank you, and then just not wear them?
Well, no, because the Reiki lady today said, I've got something in my throat, and so I speak my mind. And I certainly spoke my mind.
Very true. That's what's in your throat. Okay, fair enough. Nigel, for the record, standing by the action of throwing a gift at a child and saying he didn't like it. Now,
I never actually threw them.
We're moving on. We've moved on. We're already on to the next one. Nigel, I'm afraid we've moved on. The game's the game, Nigel. The game's the game. Now,
okay. It wasn't that child.
The song we would sing when someone was going to bed before the rest of us. What was the song we would sing when someone was going to bed before the rest of us? I, as a child, remember it being bad because I didn't want to go to bed, and you'd all be a bit pissed up singing it. But then I remember the rite of passage when I became older, and I got to sing it when the children were going to bed, and I felt great. Go on,
Okay,
Nigel.
so we
Oh, go
sing
on,
it.
Mum. Yeah, go on.
I just think it might have been the ones, what do you call it, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs one. But
Okay.
I can't really
What do you think it was, Mum?
I thought it was night, night, coffee, night,
Good night, coffee. Good night, coffee. It's time to
You
go to
got
bed.
to go to
Hey, merrily
That's
we roll
unusual
along,
for
roll
you. You
along,
were
roll
usually
along,
bloody
merrily we
sleeping.
roll- Merrily we roll along. It's time to go to bed. Hey, used to always sing that. So, Mum,
Yeah.
that was you. So, Mum, I
Yeah.
believe that has you with a
Mum's well ahead,
with a 4-2 lead. Yes, with a 4-2 lead over Nigel.
Yeah.
Now
Yes.
this is
Nigel's going to catch up now because I got a bit
No,
struggling.
I'm not. I've loads of stuff. I don't have a bloody clue.
well. This next one is very tough. This is a very tough one.
Yes.
So I was 15. I was in your attic. Ross took a stud. We'd had a few beers, and he took an earring stud and he put it through the cartilage in my ear. I came down the next day. I went, "Ooh, look at me! I'm a hip teenager," and everyone goes, "Your ear's blue." And then so we had to take it out because my ear was so badly infected. And then a few days later, we went and got it re-pierced professionally. Now, what was the numbing agent? Now, I'm using the term numbing agent. It's a bit of an embellishment because it wasn't much of a numbing agent. I felt it very clearly. Dare I say it did nothing to numb me. Let's start with you, Mother. What is your answer?
Well, I put whiskey.
Whiskey was the number. Now, are you suggesting that whiskey was put on the ear or I drank whiskey?
Well, probably both.
I would guess I probably had whiskey, but maybe not. But that is not the answer we're going for. Uncle Nigel, to catch up to make it 4-3.
No, I think it might be ice cubes.
Nigel is very close. Very close. We went to go get ice cubes, but there weren't any. So I'll give you each one more guess right now. It was something from the freezer in lieu of an ice cube.
Yes.
Mother, would you like to guess first? What do you think it would be?
Frozen peas.
Good guess. Nigel.
That's the same, frozen peas. That's what I was thinking.
I'll tell you, it would have made more sense without question. But what we used was one fish finger, a fish stick. He took the bread. I just remember taking bread off of my ear going, is this sanitary? Should we be doing this?
Yeah.
So
The thing you could have had on it was fish.
it's not good. It was not good. And by the way, it didn't do it. I mean, we put it on for 4 minutes and we both went, maybe the fish finger's a little warmer, but I think outside of that, nothing happened.
So you cooked the fish finger on your ear.
Fish finger got closer to cooked. Okay, so that's nothing for both of you. So we remain 4-2.
Yeah.
This actor portrayed William Wallace in a film we'd always watch around the holidays. And bonus point for who considered his accent, quote unquote, crap. Now, Mum, you didn't seem like you knew this one, so why don't you start?
Well, I think it's wrong, but I thought Russell Crowe, but the person who said his accent was crap was Nigel.
Okay, so you're wrong on the one, so we're going to give you a split point, so you're 5-2. Now, Nigel, this is a two-parter. You can make it 5-4 with the correct answer here.
Well, Mel Gibson and Nigel. I've got it written
Ding!
down.
Mel Gibson and ding, Nigel. Mel Gibson,
Yeah.
whose accent was crap. So now, tightening the game up, 5-4. Now, this next one, I think Nigel knows. This area was a shortcut away from Nigel's home, but it was also where Ross and I and his friends would drink a good amount of beer and just generally be a bit debaucherous. Now, Nigel, let's go to you.
Well, I can only assume it was the gully off Buckbury Close.
Does that go by a nickname?
Well, I thought the gully was what I call it. It's just a little passage between the houses. You know, you got the close, and at the end of it, there's a little passage.
Okay,
that goes
that we'll see if that's what I'm looking for. Mum, any ideas? That's not.
Yeah, I put the passage, the same thing as Nigel, but I called it the passage.
Okay,
But
I think we all call it a different name. We refer to it.
I'm thinking now. You cut through. I think where you went and where you were naughty was the dingle.
Oh, the dingle.
Well, there it is. Nigel. I got to talk
Well
to the judges
done.
on this one. Judges, that wasn't his original answer, but he did come up with it. Well, interesting news, everybody. We're tied at 5-5. The judges accept the dingle from Nigel. Now, 5-5, knotted up.
Yeah.
Now, these one-meated breakfast sandwiches, and they weren't just for breakfast. They could be eaten any time, but it seemed to be a breakfast-type meal in the Nigel household. These one-meated sandwiches were a breakfast staple, and bonus point for the main condiment. Now, why don't we start with you, Mother? Any ideas?
Well, I said bacon, and the
Bacon
condiment was
sandwiches?
ketchup.
And Mum, welcome to Planet 7. That's 7 points for Pam. Nigel?
Well, I said sausage and tomato sauce.
I will give you the tomato sauce. We were looking for bacon, so we're close. 7-6. 7-6. Although, Nigel, I will say that I think you are pretty close. But just to make a game of it, we'll say 7-6. But I think that's I want to give it to you. The judges are just shaking their head.
I remember correctly. You said one meat, but usually I thought Hillary used to dish out 2 meats with bacon and sausage. She certainly does now. No, you'll remember. These
were leaner times. These were leaner times. It was just the bacon.
But don't upset Nigel, because we can't have him walking out.
That's right. No, without Nigel, there's no game.
No, we don't want anything. Oh, no throwing, no walking out.
Thank you.
Because the other thing is that Rossi's probably favourite is sausage rather than bacon. But there you go.
Oh, he's really laying it on quite thick, Mum. Do you see this? He's really lobbying. That's what we call it.
I can see. He's wearing me down.
You were eating them. You should know.
Well, and if you storm out, what we'll do is we'll say, "Good night, Nigel. Good night, Nigel. Good night, Nigel. It's time to go to bed." Okay, so 7-6. 7-6. This black currant drink, a staple at your house as well, Nigel. Would you put 1 shot of it in water in a glass, and then you'd fill the rest up with tap water? Nigel, the name of the beverage.
Haven't a clue. I think it was a squash. It maybe came from one of the supermarkets, but I can't think of it.
It did, Mum. Black currant.
Ribena.
Ribena.
Oh, Ribena, of course, yes.
Ribena. 8-6.
Yeah, definitely.
Who drove Nigel's car for 1 full block, hit a curb, got a flat tire? Someone in the family did that. Nigel?
Well, I thought it might be you.
Mother?
I put Dave Weeks.
Well, it is now, is it 7-6 or 8-6?
8-6.
8-6. It's now 8-7 because Nigel is right. It was me. I took his car. I tried to drive a stick shift in England for the first time with Ross, and it went literally 15 feet before my perception was skewed. I hit a curb hard. We got out, flat tire, and the fear we had of returning to tell Nigel what we had done, what I'd done.
Were you and Ross in the car together?
Yes, we were both in the car.
Did you have the fish finger on your ear?
No. It would have been good, though. That's what we put on the tire after to fix it, and it was just as effective. 8-7. This Fun Crisp is also a ring. This Fun Crisp is also a ring. Mother?
A hula hoop.
Nigel?
Well, I couldn't even remember the name, so Pam's got it.
All right. It is 9-7. Hula hoop.
Stretching me mind for hula hoop. I couldn't think of it.
But did I tell you guys this last question is worth 58 points?
Well, I think Nigel, I think
What is the question? Tell me, what is the question again?
The first cigarettes, the brand Pam caught me with. It was at Mary Hill. I was helping one of our cousins go on a little ride. They were poking out of my pocket. It was a weird cigarette. It's not necessarily one of your main, your top tiers necessarily. I don't know why I liked them, but I did. Feels like neither of you know this one.
Was it those Turkish cigarettes with different colors?
No, it was not those. I was not that.
No, I'm
I
not
wasn't a
clue.
raver. Mother?
Well, I put Benson and Hedges, but as you're describing it now, I'm wondering if it was those sweet cigarettes.
No, sweet. What is a sweet cigarette? What are you talking? Oh, the candy cigarettes?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
sweet one.
no. Those, I
They're
mean,
sugar with a little red end.
yes, I remember what they are. They weren't a brand.
Sweetie cigarettes.
Rothmans.
Rothman.
Rothmans.
To tell you the truth, guys, I'm sitting here and I couldn't even remember one bloody
You
brand of
remember Benson and Hedges?
cigarettes.
That's good. That shows you're a very healthy person. Mom, on the other hand, she's got Benson and Hedges in her candy.
I know them all. Yes.
Well, that was a fantastic round. Well done, both of you. Mother, you've bested Nigel barely.
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Now, Nigel, do you want to run upstairs now because you're upset like it's Trivial Pursuits, or are you going to
I
be a
want to run
strong?
upstairs if I'm ready for a pee, which happens quite frequently these days.
Now, you know, one of the other questions I had in, but I didn't include, was the hardest bathroom in your house to use.
Oh, I know, the cloak room downstairs.
The under.
I can't get into there now because at the end of the bloody day, I always have a bloody accident. You can't see what you bloody do.
The under the stairs toilet in your house it's a good addition because it gives you a downstairs bug, which is nice. But as a man, when you go in there to piss, you don't know what to do. You just don't.
You're bent up like this.
You're just like in an airplane suddenly, just trying
and then
to.
when the seat falls down, you're trying to hold it up as well.
The seat had one of those habits of being one of those seats that was like, nah, we'll go down. Nah, we'll go down. And so you'd have to have your knee holding the seat. Eventually you just go, I'm going to sit to piss down here. But you'd hold the seat up, your head would be kicked down like this, and you'd just be trying to piss. Just down there. It was amazing. Well, a great game.
It's just as bad, if not worse now.
I can't wait to try to use that again. It'll be a dream. All these things are things you miss. All the little things. I mean, everything I think about how we were around the holidays, everything. It's like we just had it so good for so long. We had such a really good run of, literally 15, 20 years of every Christmas. We'd all get together. Nigel'd be throwing slippers. We'd be watching Braveheart. We'd be politely eating mince pies that weren't great. We just had great, great times. And it all really took place at your house, Nigel. And so it is.
Well, that little bedroom where you slept, we've got it set up for the grandkids now. They've got a one there, and then they've got one of those ones that roll out. Well, they have yet to sleep there, but we'll be getting them soon, I would imagine, the two kids.
Yes. Well, hopefully a new generation. That's what we need, is the new generation starting up. And hopefully they'll be going through the dingle. And why do you think it was called the dingle, Nigel?
Well, because it's a steep-sided valley. And from up there now, Gareth, they've blocked off the entrance from off Buckbury. You can't get into it there.
Oh, really?
The path they reckon was too dangerous. That's a whole lot of coin for it.
Well, that's the path, Mum, that you and Hillary always laugh about. You've made up a whole lie about it at this point. It's pretty much libel. But you would say that I would run through the dingle to the Drew Road shops and go there and then eat Maltesers like a piglet, which is partially true. But you would also say that I was running there so fast that I'd fall going over there. And here we're hearing that it's structurally dangerous.
Well, yeah, it's become a little bit worse. But the point being is, you might not know that was part of King Charles's escape route when the Roundheads were trying to get him along that path.
What?
And one year we were going down there, and I think it was Hayden. It was snow. We got to the bit where you almost come out to go towards the shop that you were talking about, the Drew Road shop. And he bloody slid right down to the bottom in this snow. And Hillary and I went a hell of a job to get down there and get him back up. It must be a bit.
And I'll bet nobody mocks him. I'll bet nobody says, "Oh, remember how he was sliding trying to go get chocolate?" It's just
we were mocking ourselves, thinking, why did our grandson through such a dangerous?
Nigel, is it called the Monarch's Way? All that.
Yes, it's King Charles. It's the Monarch's Way, yeah.
And then we've taken it and called it the Dingle. So that's a nice tribute.
Yeah.
Well, it is called Hamdingle, and because further down,
Hamdingle sounds like
where you are, where you went out to go to the shop, in that bit down there. It was called that because he used to slaughter pigs down there.
Oh my God.
And for years, part of that, you hardly saw a bird because it seemed as if they were instinctively knowing that that was a killing area. They smelt death.
Jesus Christ, you've taken a childhood memory and just stomped on it.
Slaughtered it.
Slaughtered it. I remember it
Sorry,
so
I thought you liked the facts.
I like the facts, but I mean, you've told me about a murder center in a bushy area that birds are afraid of.
Legitimate business where they slaughtered the pigs, you know, that was what they did.
Well, that's how we got the bacon sandwiches, so we have to thank them to some extent.
But if you got that bacon, mate, you'd have been dying because it would have been about 50 years old.
Well, we just put it on my ear and pierce it, you know, the usual. Well, we don't actually have time for any.
Finger. I can't believe a fish finger to numb your ear.
And numbed. I mean, I don't think.
Well, yes, in inverted commas, numbed.
Yes, of course. It did not. Again, I distinctly remember, you know, you've not been hygienically numbed when before the procedure, you're brushing breadcrumbs out of the crevices of your ear. And you're
worst thing is if you push any bloody breadcrumbs in there, mate,
you'd have
been an infected ear.
Well, no, I remember coming downstairs with my blue ear and it hurt. I remember I couldn't sleep on it. I was going, oh, fuck, this is really sore. Yeah, it's really sensitive. But then I came down, life had been established downstairs, buttered on toast and teas being traded hands. And I come downstairs sort of going like, notice anything different, boys? And everyone's like, my God, your ear. And I was like, yeah, it's right. They're like, it's blue. And I was like, it's a little blue, but we numbed it properly. Like we used a fish finger, like the manual said.
I think Hillary and I think we put some witch hazel on it. I seem to remember.
Yes.
We tried to fix it, but didn't work. But you must have smelled like a fish and chip shop. Horrible.
Yeah, no, I think everyone's always loved that smell of fish ears. So it was nice.
Yeah.
It gave people a reminiscent scent. Well, I don't think we have any time for pictures, really. We could maybe do one or two very quickly if anyone has any.
Yeah, Nigel's got some.
All right, let's have a couple then quickly, Nigel.
This was one.
Oh God, this is like.
It keeps repeating. Hillary gave me this one. You don't want to see it again, no?
Well, I mean, it just,
ride a cock horse to Banbury Cross.
It looks like a pig on a horse. It really does.
Oh, there's another one. There's
Orwellian.
Because it would bring up a thing you keep talking about me with. What do you notice I'm wearing there?
The bow tie.
Well, one of several bow ties, and here's another one.
Oh, the bow tie. Oh, that's a great picture. That's you, Uncle Dave, and Nick.
At the wedding feast.
Oh, at his wedding. Oh, that's right.
Yeah, Nick's wedding, yeah, absolutely. I've also got another one, much more reminiscent.
Ooh, Schoolboy Nigel.
Look at him. You find out where I am?
Yeah, you're that one. You're the top right? We're only seeing
the inside one, just one inside, I think.
Yeah. Okay, hold it up a little higher. There you go.
Absolute, Hayden is the absolute image of you as a child.
Were you mischievous, Nigel, or were you a good child?
Well, no, I finished up being dux of the primary.
Put that in America.
Well, I meant in the highest class in the primary, you came out number one in the exam.
So you didn't have to grow a beard of penance that year.
No. I wasn't up to it then. But the other one, it might be of some interest, is that one. I don't know where you can see.
Oh yeah, I see you right there. 2951. Wow, look at you.
That was the Wolverhampton Marathon in 1983.
Oh, Nigel, I mean this in all seriousness. Before you met your lovely wife, my mother's lovely sister, my beautiful aunt, did you feel women approached you? You seem to be, I would be attracted to you back then. You had a leather coat, you had a nice little eraser fro.
I remember before I came down here, I was working, I think, in Glasgow. And of course, my hometown was Kilmarnock, and a lot of the people, I'd been there on relief work. And I remember we were in an office above a bank. And I remember, I was getting chased with these two bloody women. And when I opened the door, the window, they opened the door so I could get out on the flat roof to escape them.
What, Nigel? Are you a beetle? You're telling me that you had to use an emergency roof hatch to get away from women flocking after you?
That was it, above the Royal Bank of Scotland at the bottom of Kilmarnock. Yeah, but the thing about it was, yeah, no, it's not that. But to me, it was always important before you did that, rather than take advantage of someone, a woman, was that you had to have some feeling for them.
Yes, I
Not
think
my
that's
view.
fair. Yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, I don't know though. Personally, I think
I disliked these two girls. They were nice enough girls, but I thought because I was there, I was unattached at what 26, something like that, 27, and they must have thought it was a good catch. I don't think it would have been a good catch.
well, shit, you would have let him. You were jumping over roofs. You're just some sort of night ninja, just some shinobi going from rooftop to rooftop so that women wouldn't have their way with you. See, to me, I mean, I would say, yeah, I don't want to take advantage. And then the second I got to the roof, I'd go, okay, well, what are we going to do? Let's do this.
Well, I think that encouraged them not to follow me on the roof.
Yes, I think that's fair. Yeah, probably by going to the roof. That's why you do a roof move. That's why you do that. Well, thank you two, as always. A bloody pleasure it was. Mum,
Thank
you, Gareth.
do you have any stand-up dates or anything, Mum, you'd like to promote? Are you appearing anywhere?
No.
When did your book come out?
Fresh out of
You
stand-up.
wrote
What
a
about
book,
you?
right? Didn't you write a book, Mum?
Write a book?
Yeah. Is that you or someone else write a book? I can't remember.
No, I didn't write a book.
Oh, okay. You're
I've
in
never
James Bond? I just keep hearing your name all the time out here in the press.
No, it's not me.
No. Okay.
No.
Okay.
No.
Well, lovely. Thank you. Nigel, a great guest as always. The laugh is contagious. Let's always remember this is the fishy ear.
Anyway, when you put fish fingers around your ears, you're sure to get a bloody laugh at that.
All right, love.